Hello and welcome to EPROM 9, where we have my Made in England, or Made in Great Britain. Someone said I wish there was more of that, which decided, well, why not do a little episode of things I built from just anything. And this is a box of some of the stuff I have built. The majority, really. So first we have an undergoing project, which is exactly as it says on the tin here. Mini TV Parts Research, which consists of a Sony CRT Viewfinder. You can also see this on one of my websites. Video recorder, tuner and a few other bits of gumph, and an S-video adapter I built, which actually works, but the quality is god-awful. But it works! Now the trouble is with this is I was struggling with the high voltage inverter, and that did never worked. So, with the analog switch off coming very soon, completely pointless to continue. However, I have hit a snag with that video recorder, which is just about as visible in the darkness. Damn fluorescent lighting. It's useless. Is that it only seems to want to pick up TV channels. I've tried getting the Mega Drive to input into it, and it will not have it, and the camera won't focus. And there's my little red faction thingy-mabob. So, what I'm thinking is, hack this up, get it sorted, use a power supply from an old printer, which does go up to 30 odd volts. Link up an LM317 adjustable, and link it to that, pump in the signal, and just splice the signal straight out from the tuner. And then I can link it to the modern television, because it doesn't have an analog tuner, thanks to the analog switch off. Well, I don't really blame the manufacturers. It doesn't really make sense to integrate them into new telers. So that's how I'll get around that one, by repurposing an old project. Next thing is another CRT Viewfinder. I'm not going to get a battery and demo this, but this does work. I also hacked this to an oscilloscope, which can be activated with this bit. And there's a headphone jack, which I use as a probe to connect it to speakers and stuff. One of my CRT viewfinders, very useful as external monitors. Also runs on 6 volts. Very useful to have to hand. Very good for testing. I find them absolutely superb for testing stuff. The next thing we've got is this, which is my flash gun. It does work. I currently harvested the batteries from it because I needed them elsewhere. And this is essentially, this button is one of these. This one is your actual strobe, which when it charges you hit this, it flashes. But this is an old camera flash of mine. And this one activates because there's a little light bulb in it. Just activates a light bulb, so you can use it as a rudimentary torch. Quite a nice design. Still haven't taken it to a nightclub yet. I shall have to change that. The next thing in here is my ZX81 power supply, which I just spliced the end on. Nothing important or fancy there. The next thing is, oh god, my annoying tune play is broken. The portable air conditioner. Believe it or not, this actually works. The top part is removable. Fill that with water, stick it in the freezer, switch it on. You've got 2 levels which switches on each fan separately. And it'll blow cold air at you, and also you can put hot water in there. Just watch it doesn't melt hot glue. Need to work on a Mark II using a Pelter heat pump. But yeah, I've essentially invented the world's first handheld portable air conditioner that you can carry and is battery powered. Yes, I miss having the time on my hands to do this kind of stuff. I really do. Because I like my inventions and inventing electronics. That is quite a few years old now. The next thing in here is this is just something I didn't DT, so yeah, it's like, I was supposed to motorise it, but I never got round to it. It moves the mouth and spins round the tail. That was fun. Did used to have more LEDs on the nose though, but they fell off. The next thing is, this is a thing from Maplins which I instantly killed. My first ever beam Headbot. Does work, and works quite well actually. Eats through the batteries though. Using an 7.4 AC240 chip. And of course lead solder. Go together, disk drive, computer optical drive, eject mechanism. Seriously, they're always worth salvaging. The first ever little thing I designed off my own back using an LM, what chip is it? It's a... I can't remember the bloody part number. 324. It works, but the mouses don't have any power to move it along, so essentially useless. But still, it was fun. Here's a failed project. My robot arm, which is now officially falling apart. Complete with motors and mechanisms, £1.98 sticker, which is probably worth less than that to be frankly honest, and motors which was turn it round, but they don't really have the torque to do that. I have never harvested this before its supplies because there's no point. It was a fun experiment, basically. Absolute failure. But hey, can't win them all. The next one, this is one I'm quite proud of. I don't know whether the batteries will still hold up. They haven't leaked, which is a good sign. This can be found on my website once again. It's my VFD graphic equalizer. So let's see if it still powers on. No, batteries are completely dead. Even the 3 volts are dead. Batteries are completely dead and need replacing. Basically, you pump in audio and then it works, and this battery isn't fitting in there for some weird reason. Yeah, the batteries have actually started falling out of one of these. In fact, it looks like one of the batteries has actually exploded. And that's precisely what has happened. These weren't Poundland, these were from Tesco's as well, so... yeah, that'll be why that isn't turning on. The batteries have had it. I'll be sure to remove them and dispose of them. But you pump in audio and then the graphic equalizer does its thing of little pulses. It's quite a cool little device. Eats batteries instantly though. It was a fun project. Can be entertaining for viewers. One of my little beam robots, Cymet, second Cymet I think, maybe not, broken. One of the transistor's legs broke off of one of the transistors and now it just looks in a terrible state. So sad that they break so easily. Another one, this is a solar engine. This does work, or at least it did when I last tested it. I don't know whether it does now. Quite handy. It has a battery connected so I can switch it between things. Next thing. Oh yes, this thing. Does it? Yeah, excellent. My fluorescent light torch complete with 9-volt battery, which is kind of dead. I built this one morning when I was bored. It wasn't very long to put together. Just an old scanner fluorescent light. I've got 2 more sitting in the cupboard there that I need to do a similar sort of thing with. Very bright, but not very good on the battery efficiency. Nice little project though. Inverter wrapped in electrical tape so it doesn't electrocute me. Next thing in here, the annoying tune player, which actually goes together like that, and it plays a sort of like baby tune that goes do 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 do. Let's show you. Hang on. Let's grab a 9-volt. Duracell, that might still work. I don't know whether this thing still works. I've restored it several times now. Yeah, that 9 volt's dead. Come on, there's got to be a good 9 volt in here. I need to really go through my batteries again. Yeah, I haven't got a good... Yeah, the battery connector's broken off, so once again it needs fixing. I'll get round to that at some point. That can go on the list of things to be fixed. A lot of this can go on the list of things to be fixed, to be honest. And then I added the timer unit to it. This is like one of my first proper projects, which never made it up on my website for some weird reason. This is another one, which is like this countery thing, which is adjustable for a variable resistor. I got this thing up and running. Put on a battery connector and that, got it up and running. And then we have my first ever robot. Stick a 9 volt battery on, that motor goes on, and then another one reverses. This one switches on, spins continuously. Bump into something, that one reverses. There's a wire hanging off it, which is never a good sign. My first attempt, an absolute failure, because it doesn't do anything except sit on the floor and spin the motor, and the other one turns on when you want it to. But it was a good try. My first ever beam robot, Cymet. Semi-functional state. Some component capacitors have disconnected and that need resoldering. Fun project. I need to put some time to get that one up and fully working again. My Beam Herbie. From an old Apple mouse. Need to restore this because this is the damn best Herbie I have. Fantastic little thing. Runs around chasing light and it does it very well. When of course the motors stay glued on, that is. And last thing, not really a project, an old DT thing I did for DT. Blister pack. And I chose a fluorescent light starter motor. How damn typical. I even gave a barcode, fake phone number, a lot. And of course, the 0 to 3 sad onions, which mine is just like an actual sad baby who's a bit mutant. A sad like mutant baby basically, and it's like www.start.com. Start your light. I was a geek from the beginning. So that is my box of inventions, some of which are broken, some of which need repair, some of which have failed and will be repurposed. I hope you enjoyed that insight into some of my past, and I shall, well, if you want to see more, just say. Thanks for watching. My mistake, the batteries didn't explode. It's just kind of, they've expanded so much that one's popped out the bottom and taken the bottom cap with it. And since this is like this, I'm not going to say don't open these because it's not my job to tell you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you to do it because someone will probably try and sue you for it because they're bastards. Not that I really have any money to give anyone, but that's not the point. Doesn't mean people don't try. So, if you get a screwdriver and prise hard enough, or if I get a screwdriver and prise hard enough, I do stupid things so you don't have to. You find that is just how the entire battery is constructed. Hey look, we've got corrosion as some have seemed to have leaked. Focus, goddamn you. Look at that. Lovely. That's what these little 12 volts are for. Loads of little ones. Do they have a part number on? No. The answer to that. So that lot will all go into the recycling, battery recycling, because it was of no use whatsoever. Unless you want to poison someone, then you can filter out what's in the batteries and stick it in their dinner or drink. That gives me an idea. Anyway, on to the next subject, before I get myself arrested for for untimely jokes, because we know what society's like. And that leaves you asking the question, what's the point in all these things I invent? Well, if they're lucky, they get put on the windowsill, like this pendulum thing that I built, and also built one for my brother, which was very good. There's an old solar light. Well, that dog needs rebuilding, and that one then there needs fixing. Let's get the light shining on it. That pendulum. Focus! Oh, well, you'll just have to look at it blurry, won't you? For fuck's sake, just focus, will you, god damn it. This is annoying because none of the manual commands work. Well, there is super close. I'm not going to take it too close to the magnet. I'm not risking my camera. But yeah, some things that I build are actually quite useful and go into use. Most of it is useless crap that ends up in that box. Oh, because you... Waiting. There we go. Most of it is useless crap, to be frankly honest. It's more about building it than the finished product. Product. Most of it, no use whatsoever. It just goes in a box, but it's got... Who can bring themselves to throw away stuff that they've built and put loads of effort into? So essentially, yeah, scavenge useless crap, make useless crap. Some of it's useful though, but all the experience and knowledge goes on to make more useful things like power supplies for Commodore 64s and allow me to repair machines and stuff like that. And that's the insight into technology. And things like that BT Home Hub, well, they're probably going to end up being useless because I'll just use Cisco routers when I can obtain some. Oh, I was wondering where my hairbrush went. Just found it. That can be removed from the cupboard. Onto my bed it goes, hits the wall. No damage to the paintwork. Sorted. I knew I'd seen that somewhere, just didn't know where. It's in the cupboard. That's full of more useful computery stuff. I need to sort this cupboard out so we can make room for more computer stuff and less crap like that. And I need to move my room back. And there's YouTube, and that lamp's fallen down again. Great. And there's some cool stuff. There's gas masks. Another gas mask. Another gas mask. I like military stuff. And behind that you can see a nice spent shell. And a few military bits here and there. And you know, some things from holidays, tidbits. I don't really buy much type stuff like that anymore because I don't have room for it. Most of it's in loft. That's the lucky stuff that got to stay down. The rest is in loft. Floppy disk, a few bits of aerial, trying to do Mega Drive, and of course some ear blocky stuff because I have terrible troubles with my ears. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to ask for any more specific inventions, any details on or stuff like that. I'll be quite happy to comply. Need to do videos of me blowing shit up in the garage. That's what I could do with the stuff I turn out. Old circuit boards. Be fireworks. I reckon that's not a bad idea. Go out with a bang. 60 volts from my power supply. Sorted. Thanks for watching.